Welcome everyone. In this tutorial, I will show you how to use different tools to develop Flask applications. As you can see, this is a Flask application, a basic Flask application that shows how to do CRUD, create, read, update, and delete. And to implement this, I use a couple of tools. So one of the tools that I used is actually Git. So Git is a version control. And also we can use Git bash on Windows actually to use Linux commands. So we can use Linux commands on our Windows. So most of the time, I really like to use Git bash. So if you have a plan to follow this tutorial, so you have to install Git bash and it's included in the tutorial, so don't worry about it. And then the other tool that is going to be used in this tutorial is actually MySQL. MySQL is a very popular relational database, so it's very important in this project because it has a backend, it has a database, and the database is actually MySQL. So, and the other virtual environment, so we have to isolate actually our project from the entire computer whenever we install different Python packages. Those packages should be isolated. It should be inside the virtual environment, or it should be inside that specific project, so we don't have to install it to the entire computer. So, and finally, we use Flask to build this application. So let me just do a demo of this application. As you can see, it's just a very simple application that has some nav. But if you click here on the blog, so the blog has actually a proper blog features. So if you click, for instance, on the first, yeah, as you can see, now this is the detail page. And then, of course, it's not a very complete project. So as you can see, the edit and the delete can be actually enhanced, and it will be enhanced in part 2. So it has some details. It was published on the 1st of October, something like that. And it has also some tags, but the tags are not functional now. Maybe if I want to remove, for instance, one item, this seems like we can improve, or maybe like let's learn MySQL and Flask and build a full stack application. Okay, and now is it web? Yes, let's build the Flask app together, and then Flask. Maybe what we use is Git bash, Python, Flask, MySQL, and these are actually the tools that we use. Yeah, maybe Jinja 2, and maybe we need to upload some image, maybe something related. Well, maybe I can just put this one because I don't have a prepared image. And now let me get back to that. So as you can see, I think this is a different one. The one that I updated is actually this one. Let's learn MySQL and Flask. It was published on the 26th March 2025, something like that. And if you want to read more about it, you can click and go to. Of course, if you want to remove, you can just click the delete and you can delete it. Yeah, I think by the end of this tutorial, most probably you may build something that looks like this. Happy coding. Welcome back, everyone. In this lesson, I will talk about Git bash. Git bash is very important. It allows you to write Unix command on your Windows, and it allows you to connect the local Git repository and remote GitHub repositories. For instance, if you connect one of a project here to your remote GitHub repository, you need actually Git bash. So let's see how we can use Git bash. Git bash, I will go to the, I think I wrote it wrong, but actually we got it. So this is actually the official website of Git bash, and it detected my device. I'm using Windows right now, so let's just click over here. But if your device is Mac OS or Linux, maybe you can use the Linux version. So let's click over here. I think it didn't download yet, so I have to click over here and then wait for some time until it finish the downloading. Yeah, downloading is complete. And now let's click over there and again click over here. And then we just leave the default setup. So we just click next, next up to the end. It seems that I had already uh, a GitHub version installed on my computer. So I just override what I had. So let's just next, next, and then up to the end. Next, just leave the default setup. And then just wait for some time and it will be complete very soon. So this git bash allows you to write Linux command on your Windows. Sometimes you don't have to actually have a Linux. You feel that you are using Linux while you are using your own Windows. Most of the time I use git bash, almost 100% of the time. Okay, it just gave me some documentation to read, but I will close this one and go back to this start and check if I have git bash. As you can see, git bash has been installed already, so I can click over here. And then you see that terminal. So this allows me to write commands. Yeah, command lines. Command lines is something that we write, for instance, pwd to know the current directory, where we are, where right now, as you can see, I am here. So we may say cd, change directory to navigate between directories, and then I go to maybe desktop. So you can use the tab to complete, and then I go to the desktop. Then maybe you can say ls to list the available folders and files, or ls-la to see a detailed view of the folders and the files, even including hidden folders. Okay, yeah. And then maybe we can go to courses. As you can see, there's courses folder over there. And then let's see what I have there. As you can see, there are some courses over there. And now maybe we can create one course, make dir, that's to create a folder. So make directory, and then I call it git and GitHub course 2025 maybe, yeah? Okay, then let's get in there, cd, and then I'm there. Let's see if there's something. Of course, there is nothing because we just created it right now. Maybe we can create another folder again, make dir week 1. And then maybe I can create one a note inside week 1, cd week 1, and I may say touch notes dot txt file. Let's open this nano and then notes.txt. I think it will open, yeah. So Git is a software that allows you to write a Linux Unix command on your Windows device. In addition, it allows you to connect the local Git repository to remote GitHub repository. More, no, it's a software. It's a software that allows, that allow us to track changes. Yeah. So we can say it is a version control software. Yeah. I wrote some text over here, and then I can leave, as you can see, to leave from this nano, from this text notepad. Then I can say Control X, and then it gave me here another options by pressing Y. That means yes, and then I get enter, and then actually it's saved. To see if it's saved or to read what we wrote, we use the cat command, then notes.txt, and then as you can see, this is what we wrote. Yeah, then maybe let's even create more files, touch app.py, index.html, main.css, and main.js. As you can see, we can actually create multiple files in one go. ls, la to see all the files we have created. Yeah, So this is just to help you get started with Git and GitHub. But if you want to learn more about Git and GitHub or basic command lines, I think 10 days of Git and GitHub is actually the best option. So you can go through this material and you will get everything you need to understand the basics of Git bash, or how to use command lines using Git bash. As you can see, basic command lines, navigating through directories, and then making directories, list files and directories, and then a list of files and directories, creating files. This is what we have done already. And then also opening file to read, copy file, rename file, moving files. Yeah, different activities that we can do using graphical user interface can be also done using command lines, either using Linux environment or using Git bash. Thank you for watching. I will also create a complete video about basic command lines in the future. Hello, welcome back. In this video, I will show you how to install MySQL on Windows. Let's go to the official website of MySQL. We just write MySQL, and then it takes us actually to the official website, and then click on downloads. Then let's scroll down and see where the download link is. I think it's over here. And then we will install actually today only the community server. Most people usually install the server and the workbench also to manage the database. But in this case, I will be using a dbver, which is a lighter version and a kind of universal a database tool to manage different kind of databases. It could be SQL and NoSQL databases. I think most people use MySQL Bench, but I think you will also like this one. It's really great tool to try it out. Okay, let's install by clicking it over there. And in this video, I'm actually installing the latest version of MySQL. If you want to install some previous version, you can go, but I go for the latest version. And let's click over here and wait for some time. Actually, it didn't start downloading, so we have to say no thanks. Instead of login or signing up, we can just install without signing up. Installing MySQL usually takes longer time than any other software. So let's just click over there and you get some dialog box like this, and then next, again next, and then just click over here, install the typical configuration or setup. Again, yes. Yeah, this is not the last, but after we click this finish, we will see another configuration dialog box. Let's see. Yeah, this step also takes some time. Yeah, the default path, and then you just leave it as it is. This is like the default port, and for user, I go for root. For the password, root. I just want to check again. Yeah, I think it's for word, so I don't want to forget, so I just use the very simple password. You can use also test or root, whatever you want, actually. And then this one, full grant. And here, most importantly, there are some dummy databases, sample databases that you may play with. Sakila database, something related to actually movies. If you want to see, you can write Sakila database. It's a well-known database that has actually different relationships. Think on the work. Wait, I think that didn't show me well. Let me just get back to. Yeah, this would be actually a very good place to know more about circular database. So as you can see, the relationship of the different tables on circular database looks like this. If you want to try out, you can check. So the database is actually there. Yeah. And So I want to click that, and world database. The world database is all about countries around the world and their cities, languages, and population. This is also very important. So now let's click and then execute, and then this will take also some amount of time. Okay, let's click next. And then I think this is the end of the installation. So now we have to go to here, the start. Let's write cmd and then write MySQL, U as in user root, and then P for the password root. Yeah, as you can see, we have actually the MySQL on my Windows. If I want to leave this one, I think quit and then semicolon, I'm leaving. You can also check MySQL hyphen version just to check the installation. If you want just for, if you just only to see how the installation looks like, you can stop in here. But if you want also to see how to connect this with uh, dbeaver, you may continue the tutorial. Okay, maybe I think we have to also open again, u root, and then the password root. And then as you can see, now actually I'm accessing the MySQL. So show databases, and then remember semicolon is important here. So database is actually case insensitive. You can write it like that or show databases. It doesn't matter. So now you can see the databases that MySQL provide and also the sample databases like world and Scikila. For instance, if I want to go get into world database or use the world database, I would say use and then world. Now I am actually using the world database. Then let's see if there is some tables. Show tables. And then as you can see, there are two tables, the city, country, language. And then maybe I can get into or make it be check the cities. Select everything from city and then semicolon. Then you will see all the cities around the world. So I think there are about 4,000 something. Yeah, but let's just wait for some time and see the result. Yep. It seems plenty of data. So the world database actually allows you to play with data. Okay, yeah, but as you can see, there are about 4,079 countries. And then again, what are the other show tables? The other tables, let's see. Countries are select from countries, yeah, country. And then these are all the countries. It looks like too much data, but you can also say describe and country and see what the a schema looks like, code name, continent, region, something like that. For instance, select, I would say name, region, and what's region, name, region, continent. I may make a typo of continent. How continent, yeah. And I think capital maybe. So, and if there's population, we may also use population, and that would be the last population. And from country. Yeah, now as you can see, this is like minified columns instead of all the unnecessary columns. Instead of working on the command prompt, how about if we just connect our database on dbeaver? Now let's install dbeaver. Yeah, dbeaver. I really like this database management tool. And then let's go down, downloads. And then here, the installer, I click because I'm using Windows right now. And then if you are using some other devices, other operating system, then you may click on your corresponding device type. Okay, then I may click, I think I'm a bit too quick. I have to wait for that. Yes, now let's click it once and wait for the dialog box. So yeah, of course, English. And then I agree for anyone who uses, it doesn't matter. Yeah, just, and then I just want to also, if there's some, yeah, anything related to database. Okay, then we have to wait again for some time. Yeah. So as you have seen, we can write queries here, but it's not very handy. Um, it's better to use some editor or maybe like a database management tool. And installation has been complete. So dbeaver, it's like this. And now let's just open and connect our database. Once if you start using dbeaver, you really like this dbeaver because it's very intuitive, easy to use, and it has quite lots of good feature. Usually it takes some time when you open it the first time in your computer, but after uh, that it will be easy. As you can see, it opens something like this, and then it asks you, what is this? Microsoft Defender. I mean, it's just as you can see, it asks you to connect with a different kind of database. It's not just for MySQL, it's actually a kind of universal database management tool. For now, let's connect our database with MySQL and then, yeah, something like that. Then you remember the username is root and the password is also root and finish and then confirm. Yeah, so in my case, it didn't ask me anything, but if it asks you to install Java or something at this stage, then actually you can click that and install. Do you want to create a sample database? It can be used as an example to explore basic data. Yes, but I mean, let's just, yeah, that this is what I was asking you actually. I was interested to connect with the local, then it asks me just to download this. And then I have to download it. And then now I am actually connected to the local host. And then let's see the databases. Do you remember this Sakila? Do you remember this world database? Let's go to the world's database. If you remember, we have like country, city, and language here. Yeah. Then let's see the countries maybe. I think right click and then view data. And then it will show all, and then it's better to make it bigger. Then I don't need this. Yeah, this is really easy to navigate across the data. And then you can just sort by name if you want. Uh, yeah, as you can see, ascend and then descend, something like that you can do. If you want to, for instance, add a row at the end, for instance, I can select here and then you can add row, something like this, XYZ, something. But I don't have anything to put there. So I'm just, if you don't want it, you just right click and then, okay, let's save this, yeah. Okay, now I just want to select this and then delete that data. It has been deleted. So, and of course, if you want to query, then you should go to here, the SQL. So then maybe you can say, of course, you have to select the database, then select mm, everything from country. Okay, and let's run this. Oh, what's the uh what's the problem here? Select from, I select everything from country. It should be why. Okay, then maybe we have to. We are here. I hope now it should find it. Uh, let's see. Now, of course, we can also use Yeah, now I properly select that. So now, but if you want also, you can just say maybe you're interested in code, right? The code, and then maybe name, and then continent again, continent, and region from country. And then let's try that. It's all. Maybe if you want to the first 10 countries, you can say limit to maybe 5, and then I will just get the first 5 countries. Yeah. Um, so I think this is how you install a MySQL on Windows, and also how you connect dbeaver and display the data. In the next tutorial, I will actually create a comprehensive MySQL tutorial. Yes, thank you for watching. Welcome back. In this video, I will show you how to create virtual environment. Virtual environment is very important to isolate your project from the entire computer. What does that really mean? Let me show you something. Let me write here CMD. And then if I want to list down all the Python packages installed in my computer, pip list, this will show me all the package that are installed in my computer. Yeah, as you can see, different packages. So if we build different projects, for each project we may need different packages, and for all the different packages, if we install globally, then I think our computer will be populated with a different package. Instead, what we should do actually isolate our project using a virtual environment. And in this video, I will show you how to create virtual environment. I can exit. You can also follow this reading material step by step, and then you can achieve the same thing. So there are different ways. For instance, if you are using Linux, you follow this. Of course, first you have to be sure that you have virtual env package. And this is a step for Mac or Linux. What you should do, virtual env venv. For Windows, Python -m venv. I think this is a bit outdated. Even though now I'm using also Windows, I will show you actually the Git bash version. So if you want to follow this material, you can follow, but let's get started. So first, what we should do is actually, I want to just create Git bash. I mean, open the Git bash, and then I want to go to the desktop. And then I create maybe a folder like dir, Flask app publish. Yeah. Then I should go to Flask app. And then if I say pip list again here, I may see everything because I'm accessing actually the system. But what we want to do now is isolating this by creating a virtual environment. How can we do that? So what we should do, pip install virtual env. First, we have to actually install this pip using pip install virtual env, but I have installed that already, so I don't have to do it again. After that, what we should do, virtual env create venv. Just venv is actually a folder that will have all the different scripts that virtualize the app. Then let's just do this, and then it will start creating the venv folder. Yeah, that's now let's see by writing ls. As you can see, that's ls. Then if we go to cd venv, and then let's see what it has. It has lib scripts and that different files. Let's get into scripts, and then ls. You will see different files actually. So this will allow us to activate. So don't activate. If it's activated, you will see venv with a parenthesis at the very beginning of the path. So now let's get back to the root, cd dot. Now we're at the root. Let's do again pip freeze or pip list. And now let's see. As you can see, now we don't have any package, only the pip that allow us to install packages in this folder. So maybe let's install now Flask pip install Flask, lowercase Flask, and let's see. Yeah, the installation is done. I can use this, but it's better to open it with a code editor. But my preference code editor is actually Visual Studio. And now let's just, maybe I just want to also deactivate here. Deactivate. Yeah, it's deactivated. And then I just want to close that. So let me just open that folder. And where is it? It's this one. And then let's create actually app.py file. And then in here, let's say from Flask, import Flask. And of course, we have to, maybe I have to open here first. Yeah, as you can see, still it's activated, but yeah. So if you want to deactivate, I think result dot deactivate. Yes, deactivated. Again, cd virtual and the cd scripts, and then activate. Maybe you can get back one step. Now we are in the root, and then what we have is this the app. Let's see if everything is going well. Python app.py. Do you mean Flask? Yes, because actually it's uppercase Flask. Yeah, let's say everything is fine. So let's say print. This is going to be the Flask app. Okay, and then let's do this. Yeah, that's very good. Now, how about if we create the app? App is equal to, we use the Flask constructor or the class. And then here we have to attach it with this file. That means name refers to actually this module. That means this file. And then again, if name is equal to main, that means in this module, main, and then we run actually the app. So no need to write that app.run, and then we can say host local host, and then maybe port. Most of the time I use 500, 5000, sorry, and debug true. And then let's see, then you can say maybe print the Flask server is running. Yes. Now let's run this again. Yeah, as you can see, it's running at here. Now, if I click over here, you can follow this and nothing because there's no route for this. There's no route. So let's create route. How do we create route? We need the decorator at app, and then we can access the different route. So the decorator actually allow other functions to access from other functions. For instance, let me just show you def home, and then I can create a function here, return home sweet home. So this is a function, the home function actually access everything what the app has because of this decorator. Now let's see by running this again. And if we say now refresh, as you can see, home sweet home. And now we can also create more routes like this. We can say like this. I can change this one about, and then we can change this about contact, and then you can say this about us, about us, and then this one is contact us. Yeah. And then, I mean, whenever you make some mistakes here, actually the server get crashed. So let's just run this again, and let's see. And then how about if we have about, and then about, I thought we created an about already. Yeah, we didn't change the route. This should be about, and this should be also contact. Yeah, then yeah, about, and then contact, something like that. That's good. But maybe, for instance, if you want to add HTML, this here, something like that, and something like that. And then if we refresh, let's get back. And then if we refresh this, as you can see, home, sweet home. And if we want to even add this inside a div, let me show you. We can say div. Since this is, yeah, most, if our text spans in more than one line, it's better to put, it's better to use triple quotes. Here I can say div, something like this, and then div. And then after that, I can say something like, for instance, here I can even add style, and then the style goes like a text align center, and then color red. Why not? And then let's see how it looks like. And let's just change something here. As you can see, my server is not running anymore, so I have to restart. And let's see how it looks like. Oh, for some reason, nothing happened. Maybe we have a typo or something. Color, yeah, style, div, text align, center, text align center, but after this, it should be comma, okay, not colon. Yes, something like that. You can also change the font size, font size, and then maybe you need 8 pixel, and then it will be big, maybe bigger. Yeah, that's good. But as you can see, writing like this might be difficult. HTML should be written in a separate HTML template. So it's common design pattern in Flask to create templates. Inside templates, for instance, I can create home.html. And then here I can say HTML, then this just will generate some boilerplate, and then we can take this part to the home here. And then what we should do, we can actually render it here. So this Flask has a render template. And so I can say render template, and then I have to tell to what? The page home.html. And then let's see if we manage to do that. Yeah, as you can see, we found the same result. Then if you want something, if you want to add, for instance, if you want to restructure this, let's say that we want to have a header. Yeah. And then this is the header. Maybe we want to have the main. This, maybe I can say some section here. And then I h2 maybe introduction. And then maybe I want to have some p and lorem ipsum, lorem, and maybe 3 times it will generate some placeholder for me. And then after the footer, maybe I can add some copyright as a type. Okay, let's see that. Now, since our server is running, we can refresh and then see something like this. Wow, that's very good. Then what we should maybe instead of writing also this style, we can actually put it as in inline style and see inline style means like this. So I can say style, and then I can put it, I think it should be div, and then I can put that value over here. And then if we refresh again, yeah, you get the same thing. Maybe, for instance, border 2 pixel, solid green or something just for the time being. And let's see. Yeah, so we are actually affecting that. Okay, so how about the other pages? Then it goes for the same page. And then I think what we should do about.html, and then contact.html. And then it's a good practice to have a kind of a common layout. Yeah. For instance, we don't have so far this kind of a navigation in it. So it's good to create a navigation list A. And then, for instance, this one is actually home. And then we can also create for the contact, and then this with also with I think this one is about, and then this contact. So about, and then this one is contact. That's very good. Then let's see, refresh, and then as you can see, I can navigate. But I mean, instead of writing this over and over again, it's better to create a kind of a template or a layout. So we call it layout.html. This should have actually kind of a single page application pattern. So I will just maybe copy everything I have just on the home. And then what we should do, this will be actually, the main section will be something that will be rendered. So this will be here in Jinja, in Flask. There is a way, a block content, and then percent. And then again, we have to end and block. We block it, that means everything after this will be different. I mean, the same, and then this will be the same, but this depends on the page. For instance, I will access the home like this. Let me show you what we can do. We don't need everything here, so I will remove everything. What I need is actually only the main section. So I only need this part. So what I should see here, I should add this extend, what is layout? I think it should be layout. And then percent, I am accessing the layout design. And then now this is actually the block. So percent block content, and then I have to wrap it. So it means this will be rendered inside the layout content. Yeah. So then end block. Let's see if this works. Well, of course, first we have to see if it's working. Yeah, we didn't yet, as you can see. Oh, yeah. So we have actually a problem. So we have to debug that. Extend. And I think it's a plural extenders. I make a typo. I would say extends. And then let's try again. Template layout not found. Layout. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah. And then I forgot also to include the HTML. That's tricky a bit. Okay. Yeah, now as you can see, we access this page again. So now let's do the same for other pages. Then I just copy this, and then this is going to be about us. And then this is going to be for contact us. Yeah, let's see. And then we should, if we go, yeah. But yes, the reason why we didn't yet attach these files to the route. So this should be render template, and then it should be about.html. And then this should be also render template contact.html. And then let's see now how it looks like. Yeah, now it's working again. As you can see, it's changing. And then it's contact us. That's really good. But this is, I mean, a very boring color. So let's remove that style from our, where is it? Yes, I think it's here. We don't need it. And then, yes. Then we may also need other folders. For instance, here, common practice, we call it static. Inside the static, you may have images, styles, and something. For instance, let's go to CSS. And then here, maybe I can have styles.css. And then how we do attach that to the layout. This is how actually attach them. Of course, link. And then here we do URL for, and then something like name. Okay. I think the name is static. Yes, static. And then the file name. File name is going to be styles. No, CSS styles.css. And now just by applying just body, let's say the body background color, maybe brown or something if it's applied. That's how we check if it's really applied in. Yes, so that means we access actually the body. That's very good. And then I think this title is also not very descriptive. Flask app for, virtualization for app for Flask app. It's okay, good. And now let's refresh again. Now, but I don't want to keep this color in my CSS, but maybe we can keep just maybe if I want something like this. And then maybe for, I think it's a common CSS that we should add most of the time, comma, before, and then after, and then what we should do, margin 0. This is resetting actually, padding 0, box border box sizing, border border box. And now for this one line height, I go for about 160%. And then font size, I will go for about 18 pixel. The default is 16 pixel. And now let's see, we have something, something like this. Maybe we don't want to the entire, so maybe if we don't want to cover the entire space, we may keep the footer, main, and then I think footer or header, footer, main, and then footer should be about width, maybe about 75% or maybe 70%, and then margin out, top and bottom. Maybe I can say just auto in every direction. Okay, auto. Let's see. Yeah, something like that. But top and bottom, maybe it would be nice if we add some like about 10 pixels everywhere and everything will be auto. Yeah, something like that. So currently we have this application that we build using Flask. Maybe sometimes if you are interested to display like API formats, so df, I will show you df and maybe users. Of course, I should have actually access the app first, app.route, and then users. And then I would say def.users. And then I want to, for instance, render some users, maybe name, Asaf, and then age, under 50, and role, developer, and something like that. How about, and then the next person is our best friend, John Doe, and John Doe, and he is also, I think he's 25, and then he is DevOps engineer, and then maybe we need someone, and then maybe here, David is also 28, and then he's a full stack developer, and then let's see now our, of course, we have to start. Okay, then let's see, I have to go to users, and then as you can see, this looks like an API. So this tutorial is not meant for showing you the whole Flask application. This is just meant for actually for virtual environment, how to create virtual environment. At the same time, also how to get started with actually Flask. Maybe in another video, I can add a more comprehensive tutorial about Flask. Okay, let's continue. So far we have this using Flask, just home, about, contact, and it doesn't have actually a style, but as you can see, we have added the style and we connect the style to the layout. So it's a matter of time to add all the necessary styles here. But instead, how about if we work on additional page, and then I call it blog.html. And then, of course, we have to also add here maybe additional page or route, and then blog. It's better to say blocks, and then maybe blocks. Blocks, it could be, I mean, something it has to display the blog, to show one blog among the blogs, and also to add blog, edit blog, and also to delete blog. Okay, so where is, I think we should add something similar to the other page, and then we just copy this, and then here we call it blog, or maybe blocks. Yeah, and then now let's display this for the time being, and let's see how it looks like our page. Yeah, we have blogs over here, but it seems that, yeah, it doesn't exist because we didn't write the route yet. So we have to add that route by just adding something like blocks, and we have to call it then blocks. Then maybe we need also to display a detailed blog or just one blog, and then we have to say just from blogs, maybe we need to access that by ID, and then we call this one then blog, and then we should need this ID also to be a parameter in the function, and then we should say this blog. Then I think this should be actually plural. Maybe at first I have to copy this, copy and paste, and then I want to, this should be blocks, and then this should be blog details. I think then no need to, yeah, blog details, and maybe we need also to add a blog. Okay, then I have to rename add blog, and most of the time this is the same as this. Now maybe let's have this add blog, and it should have some kind of form, and then form for the time being, and let's have input type text. By default it's also text, and then placeholder title. For the time being, just let's have one, and then we will change it later. But maybe at the blogs, how about if I add one route at the blogs? Here I can say maybe div, and then here a, and then I should say URL for the way how we actually add URL or a route in Jinja is using this URL for, and then the name of the route is add block. Does it have parameters? No, it doesn't have parameters. So whenever we click that, it should take us to the add a blog form, add blog. Okay, first let's see if everything is okay. And I want to also check the routes once. Here blogs, we didn't have actually the add blog route yet. Then what I should do, maybe I can say add, yeah, and then it doesn't need add block. Okay, then also I have to change this one to add block. Okay, and then let's run the server again. I think it says that it has a problem. Line 19, let's see the problem. What's the problem at line 19? Contact, two times contact, as you can see, this should be blocks, yeah? So actually the feedback was very, very clear. Now it's running, the page is running. Yeah, if I click here, it should take us to, yeah, then now it's up to us to actually modify this. Then what I should do, I should add more properties. Most of the time I actually put a div, something like that, and label, and then I call this one is title, and then I call this one also title, and then let's put this here, and then the ID should be also title for accessibility purpose, and then maybe we don't have to have that, and then maybe if we need subtitle, then let's just click this subtitle. I think this should be uppercase, and then this should be maybe uppercase if it's needed, and category. maybe the category should be somehow kind of a select option. Select, and then inside the select, it should be option. Option. Okay, it could be, for instance, web. Yeah, it could be web, and the option could be again. It could be for maybe machine learning. Machine learning, and then we can call it also machine learning, or maybe you can say option again, and database. For the timing, let's just database. I think this 3 option would be enough for the timing. And now another div, again, a label, and then I think content, the main content of the blog goes in here. And then I use text area for that. I would say also content, and then here also content. And now the last, maybe if we need tags, div, maybe for the tags also, I may use this one. Tags. Okay, so let's see how it looks like so far. Yeah, it looks like this. The title, subtitle, web, content tags. Yeah. So maybe I have to give it some kind of a class for all of this because it doesn't really look good. Class, and then I form group, and then I just want to call it class form group, and then I just want to call this one also class form group, and class form group. How about this one? Class form group. Oh, that's very good. Maybe we're left with one that's a file. It could be a cover image or something. Yeah, we can call it cover image for the blog. And then, but this should be instead input type, and then it should be file. And then, of course, name, we call it cover image or something like that, or maybe something cover image. And this also cover image, and ID also cover image. Yeah. Okay. What's left is actually the button div, and then a button, and then add blog or publish, something like that, and then type submit. Oh, that's what we have. This is not a kind of a form group, but now let's apply some CSS. We can create a separate form, something related to just the form.css, and then I can say for form, I don't touch that for now, but form group, I just want to be display flex, and how it looks like already. Display flex, maybe why a form group. Let's see. Because yeah, display flex, but I want them to be in column. Yes, that's good actually. Yes, display flex and flex direction column, because I want them to be, this title to be at the top. Yeah. Nothing happened. Maybe I form group. Maybe I may have a typo somewhere. So we have to figure out that. Form group. Oh yeah, I didn't attach this form to the layout. Okay, that's and we have also a problem when it comes to our layout. As you can see, we have plenty of doc type here. So we should, as you can see, this is not relevant. You should have only one body. I don't know why it's created like that. So we should have only one header and one head actually. Yeah, so here. So now let's add also the form. So we change just this one and we call it form. And now if we refresh, it should, yeah, something like this. This is what I was trying to achieve. And then there should be some margin. I want that margin to be up, yeah, like top and bottom of 10 pixel, and then horizontally auto. And let's see. Yeah, so there is some space in between. Oh, it looks already okay for me, but this is not very nice. We have to add some form group input, input, and then we have to say padding about the pixel, And let's use that. Just at least the input has been modified already. Yeah, that's big, but let's apply that to all of them. That would be too much. Could be 8 would be a good. Then we can say for the input, for select, we have select, and then we have also this text area. Yeah, as you can see, now it looks like much better, but I don't want to spend too much time trying to create a UI here. I just want to work on the implementation. Then how about if we make maybe just this one for this? I can say rows. I want the rows to be about about 10, and then but for this one, I'm sorry, I want this to be about 10, and then about this to be about just 2. Yeah, as you can see, this is bigger, but this one is smaller, but it's possible to also, yes, extend. We can resize only horizontal or vertical. We can also do that. Resize text area, resize vertical. As you can see now, it's only being resized only down. So this is good enough already. And then we have that, but the add button is a little bit small. So let's say form a button. Then how about if we say width about, or maybe we can make it like width 100% for the time being, 100%, and padding about 8 pixels. And let's see how it looks like. Yeah, so it like, yes, and then I just want also to be a cursor pointer. How about that? And then it will be, maybe it looks like the same as with the other, but if you want the color, maybe a background color, something, a blue or whatever for the time being, just, yes, I think too much color. Let's just keep the default. Good. Now I think our form is ready to handle some data. So it has title, subtitle, web, content, and something like that, and then an image. Okay, now how do we handle that? Okay, let's go in here, and we have to have here request. Yeah, so if I say here, of course, we have to also add actually the kind of methods that we are handling. So we should handle in this route get, and then we should also handle delete. Delete, is it delete or post? I'm sorry, post. Okay, then form is equal to request dot form. And then this, by doing just this, we can get actually the data, or maybe I can call it data, as in a dictionary, print data. Let's see what we can get from that. Of course, first we have to check if it's running. Yeah, our server is running. Now let's see here actually, Flask for web, dev, development, and then Flask application, and then it's about maybe database. No, it's web. Let's learn about Flask in MySQL and build something great. Great. Okay, tags. Let's say what do we need? Python. We need Python, and then a Flask, maybe some database. And now maybe what image do we need? I can use this one. Okay, that image for the time being. And then where did it go? Yes, as you can see, I didn't actually add anything there. So let me just get it back, and then let's do some cleanup. So after adding, where is it going actually? So I should say if request dot method is equal to post, what we should do we should access or process the data. The data is this one. And then we go to other page. Return actually, sorry. Return URL for, we can actually use URL for also here, URL for, and then using URL for, we can redirect actually. We have to redirect. We have also the redirect method from the Flask. Then you can say redirect URL for, and then to blogs, just the blogs route if after adding. But let's see what we are getting here, data from form. And now let's see the data. Okay. Yeah, it looks good. And yeah, it seems good. Now let's just paste data, Python, something like that. And then, okay. Yes, but I forgot something to add, guys, because what I forgot to add is actually here in the add blog, I didn't add here the action. The action. What's the action? The action is actually URL for again, URL for add blog, add blog. But in this action, what is the request method? The method is post. Okay, I think by now there is something better. Maybe I need to refresh. Yes, and then we have to also check if this is working. I think it's not working. We have to run it again. Maybe we can get it back if we get the previous data again. It vanished. So let's say taste, title, taste, subtitle, and then let's call it machine learning. Let's talk about machine learning, and then paste Python AI ML, and then let's add a cover image for that. I have some random cover image over here, and then let's just add. Yep, as you can see, it forwarded or redirected me to the blogs page, and let's see what's printed out. If you have seen, as you can see, we have printed out this content. Yeah, the content is, let's talk about machine learning tags, test, something like that, cover image, something like that. Now, what we should do, you have learned already how to handle data from a form, yeah, and now the next step will be is actually how to connect to a database and then send this to a database. That's very good. Yeah. So then let's connect. I have already MySQL database, and then MySQL, I show you. I just installed MySQL. You can also install, there's already a tutorial about that. I can say MySQL version, something like, yeah, that's MySQL. And then, or maybe I can say MySQL user root, and then a password also, the password root, and then it open show databases, just to see the existing databases, and show databases. And then as you can see, I have this world and Scikit database, that is the DAMI database or sample database installed with MySQL. Maybe I can show you, use world. And then now we are using the world database, show tables, and then you will see the tables. How many tables do you see? Actually 3 tables: city, country, language. And then let's maybe check the schema of the city, describe city. Yeah. And then it has ID, name, country code, district, population, something like that. Okay, if we want to see everything from the city, from, and then we say city, something like that. And then you will see all the cities around the world. Yeah, it's a long list. Okay. Yeah, that's a long list. You can also check the country, select, or maybe first describe country. I think country got really too much information. So then maybe we can select few. Select from countries, maybe capital is one, a name, as you can see, continent, region, name, continent, and region, population, and then capital, from country. I think, is it a per or lowercase? I think it's the case insensitive actually, and then country. Yes, look at that. So yes, so you have seen that. You have seen the country information. Yeah, so I have a MySQL database, but the point is now, how can we connect with that? I can create the database from here. For instance, I can call it blog. I can say create a database, and the name of the database, I can call it blog-db. And then let's see, it's created, and then show databases, and then let's see. Yeah, now blog-db is already created, but with this, with the command line, it's a bit tricky. It's not easy to create. Then I prefer to use Visual Studio Code itself or dbver, database management tool that will allow me to interact with my database tables. Okay, let's just open this one and see. Yeah, so yeah, I was, okay, let's close. Maybe if you don't have already this, I should also show you how to connect with this. Maybe it shows you something like that. When you install this dbeaver, you can follow one of my tutorials that I showed how to use dbeaver. But if you do it by yourself also, you will see this dialog box while you are installing it. And then you can click the database you are using. In this case, now we are using MySQL. And then you just next, and then we are actually connected to root. And then again, finish. I will be connected right away. So yeah, I think if I open this dashboard, okay, databases, yeah, open dashboard. Wait, where is it? Yeah, so now I think I connected to times. It doesn't make sense. Now I just want to remove this because since I'm just already connected, so you can see the connection. And then if I open this and then go to databases, yeah, this is the latest database that we created actually. Now we can open this, and then we can actually access the database, and then we can create table. How about if we create blogs table? So how do we create table? We create a table, and the name of the table is going to be blogs, and then it will have, I think in this case, there's already a schema that I built, so it's better to use that instead. So I can just bring it from here, and then I just want to paste it here. You see, create table, if not exist blogs, ID, int, a primary key, auto increment, title varchar, subtitle varchar, category is also varchar, content, it's a text, it could be medium or long, tags, tiny text, cover image again, varchar default, and then this created that also, it has this. And now I think we need, I think I forgot to, then if I run this, I should, yes, yeah, I think we have created our table. Let's see our table in here, but it doesn't have any data. Okay, yeah, no, we don't have yet. Okay, so let's insert data to our table. Yeah, to insert again, we have to use and maybe I can use a different we have created using this query blogs table, and then as you can see, it has this information: updated rows, execute time, and start time. So this is the time that we created actually the blogs. And let's see view tables. I mean, there is no table. Diagram. No, there's nothing. So, but we can actually insert the data. Now let's insert the data. We can comment this out. No, what happened? Yeah. Now let's comment this out, and let's write a query here. It's not going down. Or maybe we can create a new script. I mean, okay, so insert into the name of the table, blogs, and then values, and then we can just title. I can say first title, and then subtitle. I go first subtitle, and then category. I go for web. For what's another? I think it's for content. Yeah, taste, and then tags, taste, and for cover image empty. I think insert into what is here. I have some table blocks not found. Let's see. Let's run anyway. Much value count at row 1. How many rows do we have? ID should be category, content, tags, cover image, and created. This could be created by default. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. But timestamp should be created by default and without any entry. By default current time. How about if we give some let me try an example somewhere else that I have used before. For instance, I have this. This is too much data, but as you can see, search blogs, title, subtitle, category, content, tags, cover image, created at values, and then this is the title, subtitle, category, and then the content. Yeah, it's too big data, but this has also an error. You have an error in your SQL syntax where maybe we can put this like that. And because here it should be actually semicolon. Now we have created actually. Okay. Let's refresh this. And then you can see the blog. Yeah. Oh, that's very good. Now we have actually one entry for all the properties. And then whenever you want to see also your schema, you can click over here. And then I think, yeah, but how about if we want to actually insert like like multiple data in one go, I think we can use this script again. This script I can just override because I have just created this somewhere else. As you can see, insert into blocks, first the columnist, and then the values. So now I'm about to insert 10 items. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9 rows actually. And then what I should do, just, of course, I have to see the last. It should be end with semicolon, and then again, insert. Yeah, I think it's a success. And then it's good to refresh once in a while because sometimes you may not see the update. And then if you see what I was expecting data here, maybe I have to refresh it. Yeah, so here. Now the point is, how can we display this? How can we display this? This on where is the Flask? Yeah, here we have to connect our Flask. To connect MySQL, first what we should do, let's see. I think it's a kind of, yeah, so it's not, so we are still on the virtual environment. So there is this package, pip MySQL connector. So we go to the official website, as you can see, and then we click here. And then we copied it, and then we installed it. That's very good. Yeah, so we populated our database with this data, as you can see, blogs data, different blogs data. So now we have to connect our Flask app with MySQL. How can we do that? And then let's see that step by step. So as you can see, we have the Flask app already here, and it's running. Of course, we have to see it crashes every now and then when we make a mistake. So actually, we deliberately stopped the server while we install this MySQL connector Python. So what we can do again, we have to write Python app.py and start the server. Yeah, so let's see if it's still running. Yeah, still it's running. And this is actually the add block. Now we can take some boilerplate from this MySQL Python connector. If you go down, I think I can just take some part of the code here. Yeah. So let's take this, and I will put at the top of my code here. So it's importing, but I want to import it differently from import from MySQL connector from MySQL.connect import connect, and then I just want to make it a bit shorter, this one, and then I usually call this db. I prefer to call it db, and then this one, yeah, we can leave it like that, but prefer local host, and the port is the same, and the user is actually root, and the password is root, and database, the database that we created together, database, and the database is log.db. And now we want to connect. So the cursor here, I call it for cursor, and then this one is just then db.cursor. This allow us actually, the cursor allow us to write or to execute SQL query. I don't need this code, but I may need this cursor, and then fetch. Of course, it's from the previous code, as you can see. Yeah, maybe I don't need this for the time being. This could be good enough. And let's see, let's run again. And yeah, as you can see, it's running. But how about if I execute cursor dot execute and then select everything from blocks? Yeah, and then actually then this create a kind of item. So let's see this item. or maybe items is equal to cursor dot fetch all. So let's see that because this one already do the execute the queries, and then this the fetch all method by now should have all the data. Then let's see the items, print items, not times, but it should be items. Okay, let's try. Let's run this. Yeah, as you can see, we have here the data. Maybe sometimes, yeah, I prefer, but the data is actually as in a list of tuple. So this one is actually, yeah, list of tuple. So to access, for instance, if I say for item in items, then print one by one, like item, and then I will show you the item one by one instead. Okay. See, yeah. Yeah, this is the first item. Now, item, as you can see, all the items, all the items. So now how about instead of printing from the item, this one, the IDs, for instance, I can say ID is equal to item 0. And then again, the title is equal to item 1. I mean, from the index and subtitle, item, item 2, and then I think next is the content, and then it says time item 3. But before we write much, how about if we try to display this as in a dictionary? Yeah, we can create a block, then I can just create a kind of a dictionary, and then ID is equal to ID, or title is equal to title, subtitle is equal to subtitle, and content is equal to content. So I usually like this pretty print from pretty print, import pretty print, and I just want to print my blog as in a prettified form, pretty print blog. And let's see what we get, okay? Just want to stop the server and run it again. By now, I should get, oh, maybe we should stop printing other. We don't want to print that anymore. Yeah, look at this. This is beautiful. Yeah, much elegant. So ID, subtitle, title, content, and now we can add, for instance, more. And then I think the next value is tags, maybe. But we have to see the order of the tuple. So to know that, again, I have to print maybe one of the item as it is. Yeah, print item. Yes. Let me see. For instance, the ID, title, subtitle, what is this all value? Yeah. Okay, let's see the schema. Our schema has title, subtitle. Oh yeah, category. Something what we forgot actually. The category. Content. Now category. Category. Even actually, this one is actually category. And then content. And then item 4. And then let's check. And then the next value is actually this value, and it is cover image. Cover image, and then item 5. And then item, and the next, this value, maybe tags. Yeah, then tags, item 6. And then the last item is going to be created at item 7. Yeah, this is a bit tedious to write, but we have to do it, right? That's how we have to map this first. I think even before that, I have to say category to category and content to Yeah, yeah, cover image, cover image. It's equal to cover image, and then created no tags to tags, and then the last rated at is equal to rated at, and I think we don't need this. Yeah, but we have to be sure that the order. Now I feel that the time is at the end. That is the uh, created at cover image is actually next. So cover image should be at the bottom. So I have to reorder now. So it should be 4, and then this should be 5, and then this should be 6. 6. Now let's print it once more. Maybe now we don't need to print this, and we don't need this, and we don't have to display that. Let's run it again. Now it seems like category has content. It looks okay. And cover image, that's good. Created app, that's really good. ID, good. Subtitle is also good. Tags and title. That's yeah, that's very good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then I think so. Instead of executing this code over here, we can actually take it somewhere else. Then this should be actually inside blocks here. Yeah. So, and then most of the time, the database also should be after here is the cursor. Okay, good. So this also needs methods. I think methods, and then we provide gate. And by default, it's a gate. In this case, it's a getting. We don't need. We'll have to indent this and look at this. And then we have to also indent this if it's not indented properly. So now we have to actually pass. By the way, we don't have to declare it like this. It's okay to just put this over here. So we don't have to rewrite it over there like that. And then maybe it's better to say item again 1, and then item 2, item 3, item 4, item 5, item 6, and then item 7. Now it seems we don't need this, okay? Because we have to minify our code somehow. So as you can see, we mapped, but even instead of this for loop, I prefer to create actually more of a list comprehension. List comprehension is elegant for me. So for item in items, then I just put this inside here. Then I can attach this blog here, as you can see. Yeah, so no need to write this for loop. And now, as you can see, this blog is mapped properly. So blog to blog. So I'm actually sending this to the UI so we can access it on the UI. Now, so how do we access it? Maybe even the length of links. How can we check the links? Number of blogs, number of blogs. Blogs is equal to links, then blog. Blogs. By the way, I made here a mistake. It should be blogs. It should be blogs. Okay, and then number of blogs also is equal to number of blogs. I'm just sending data. Oh, okay. And now I have to go to the blogs. And then how do we access data? For instance, we say if it is just data, then we can say I can inject like this number of blocks. And let's see how it looks like. Of course, first we have to be sure that this is actually running. Yeah, good, it's running. And now let's refresh, and then we have to go to blocks. As you can see, 11 blocks, but it's better to put it somehow in a parenthesis, and it looks good. Yeah, okay, that's very good. Now let's refresh. Yeah, that's very good. Now we don't need actually this placeholder, something like this. Maybe how about if we loop through the data, then maybe I think I would really like to take this at the top, and then I can say, no, actually, since we're about to loop through, what we should do, percent, percent. And then we have to start the for loop. For block in blocks, it's the same as just pure Python. So again, we have to end and for. Yes, we have to end the for. Okay, then we have to start, for instance, we can put this section. We want to create section for each block, maybe. Yeah, so maybe I can just show you step by step how about we can leave everything there, but just let's display the title. I can say blog. You can do something like this title or the other side, the other way. Let me just try to, yeah, as you can see, yeah, we showed something, but this doesn't look like actually the title. Instead, it looks like more of the content. So yeah, but anyway, so how about if we say this is actually H2 and then let's say, yeah, this doesn't look like, actually, yeah, all the titles. Yeah, that's good. All the titles, that's very good. And then how about if we just create here instead a section. Inside the section, we want to have this, and inside there P, and inside P, we want to have also blog dot content. Prefer when I'm using Jinja instead of this square bracket, I prefer to use actually dot to access the value from the object. Okay, let's see now. Yeah, as you can see, we got the data. That's really good. Then what is next? Maybe we can also show the date time. Maybe small, and then blog dot created art, and then a timestamp will be displayed. I hope so. Let's try. Yeah, maybe why blog created. Yes, I had a typo, and because of that, yeah, it says. But I think we can use also different kind of string time to this. But now let's just keep formatting this. Before that, as you can see, we don't need this anymore, this section, because our blog looks like this now. Yeah. Yes, this is the for loop. And yeah, let's see. Maybe to create down, then to prettify this, maybe we have to apply some CSS. And we have also actually some kind of tags, right? I think for that, maybe I can create a div and then some kind of for loop, for instance. First, let's see how it looks like, the just blog dot tags, and let's see what it looks like. But that's actually the cover image. So the cover image and the tag by mistake actually interchanged. And so now I have to fix that. The cover image 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then let's see where is the cover image. I mean the tags. Cover image. Do we get here? Yeah, so actually they are interchanged. So this should be again 5 for 5, and this should be 6. Let's try. Blog. Yes, instead I should have changed this to tags. Yeah, tags, okay. Good. Maybe just to create some separation. Now, maybe we can actually create some separation. I can actually create some kind of wrapper for all this part, and then I call it maybe, yeah, a header. I think where's, yeah, it's here. You can create some kind of div, and then I call it logs. something like that. And then maybe if we need a class for this one, I call it blog for each item. And then it will be easy to modify the CSS. For instance, if I want to add dot blog margin top and bottom, maybe I can 25 pixel, and then auto, a box shadow, something 0, 0, maybe 3 pixel, and then 3 pixel gray, and some kind of shade something. Then it will create some kind of, yeah, but I don't, yeah, because there's some kind of our background's already something different from. So if I want that, I have to make it maybe darker to see the box shadow. And let's see for the time being. Yeah, but it doesn't look good because maybe we can add also padding in every direction if I want, 25 pixels, for instance. Padding looks all the time good. And then maybe if you want, you can add box border radius, and then you can say 25, maybe 12 pixel. And let's see how it looks like. Yeah, so these are actually and then there's also very tight here. It's good to add maybe for block height of blog section, and then h2. And then we want margin, top and bottom again, margin, maybe a 10 pixel, and then auto. Yeah. So I don't explain the CSS part since this is not a CSS tutorial. Blog, I think blog, then h2 right away. Blog h2. Yeah, blog h2. Oh yeah, there's some space, I think. Let's see again. H2. Yeah, I would say yeah. So these are, but now this should be whenever we click on this, it should take us to the detail page. And now let's apply for that. And of course, to do that, this is how we do the blog. So what we should do is actually cursor dot execute, and then we should say select everything from blocks. And then we have to pass the ID with a comma. This is a tuple because sometimes if we have different parameter, we pass that. So where ID is equal to this. So this is how actually filter one of the blog. And then after that, what we should say, blog, maybe I can call it for the time being, item is equal to cursor dot fetch one, because we're actually trying to access one item with this criteria. Okay, and then do you remember we should map using this mapper? I have to say again, the blog is going to be something like that. This, yeah, as you can see. Then I have to pass again this blog to blog, and then it should be accessed over there. So instead of rewriting, I can actually take some part of the code from here, some part of the code, and then put it here. Yeah, I think we can put it here. Blog detail, maybe I could blog details, maybe. And of course, maybe for the time being, if I want that CSS, I call it blog. And then let's see. But we didn't also add a link here. So instead, maybe I think it's good to change this to a link. Then we should say the link should go to where? So we should say URL for, and then we have to tell to the route. Where are we going? To blog, one of the blog. It takes an ID. Where's the ID? Blog.id. Yeah, so this is how we pass. And then now let's see. But first we go to the UI. We have to run our server. Everything is going well. And now this is a link, as you can see. Then if you click, yeah, it took us to the detail page. So this is detail of the blog. Good. And what's left actually? Maybe it's also a good idea to add the edit, and maybe I have to add here some div, another div. I can say button, maybe I can say instead of actually this one is more of a link. Do so we should say URL for, and then we should say edit a blog, and then we can say edit, and then the other should be a button. This button should be more, maybe it could be also actually this. And now we can say URL for, and then delete blog. But this should be deleted using an ID. So we have to provide ID is equal to blog.id. And then I didn't create actually this, so we have to create that route. So how can I create, yeah, so maybe I can just say at app.route blogs, and then delete, maybe I can say by ID, and then I can say def delete blog, and then it should take ID, and then again, you remember here, for instance, we did this way, yeah, and then what we should do, yeah, instead now delete from blocks where ID is equal to this, and then after that return redirect a URL for, then we want to return to the blocks. Yeah, I think this is the route, but it has some security problem. We don't talk about that now. Let's just have that for the time being. And now another route left is actually edit. I think I can just modify this, or do we have already? I don't see it because, okay, I can add it somewhere, but I think it's better to copy this and add it some logs edit by ID, and then now edit, I would say this one, edit or update. And again, first, this one actually needs different kind of methods, okay? The request method. Methods is equal to get and then post. Yeah, so if the request dot method is actually a post, we process data. Yeah, we update the data. We update the data. We do that later. I will show you. Okay. Otherwise, what we do is just return render template, and then just edit blog.html. So what is in here? Yeah. But here I think we need to, I have a query that I wrote for edit because it's a bit long, and then I will be using that for this. For some reason, it takes me some time to put this, the insert and the edit. Yeah, so I think we can actually finish this one after implement the edit part. This part we can just call it, leave it for some time, but I have to put to do. There is something here we have to do. Then it's better to check the UI also now. Yeah, everything looks okay. Good. Now let's get back to yeah, I think it looks good, but where are we? The add block part is because we managed to get the data last time, but again, we have to restructure it based on this, so what we should do now again, I have to do something like this, but in this case, it's a bit different. I have to show you. So print data, and now let's run this. And how about if I go to the blocks, and then from, oh yeah, could not build your edit block. Did you forget to specify value ID? and then maybe we have to go to here again. It says that yes, yeah, I forgot to. So ID is equal to log D. That's good. And now if I refresh, maybe it works again. Great. So now add, if you say taste, and then taste, maybe this one machine learning, and then paste, and then some cover image for the time being, and then let's click. Okay, it worked. So let's see the printout. Oh, do we have any printout? It seems so. Could not build. Maybe I think I should run this once more because I felt that, yeah, we have still the data for some reason. And then let's run and let's see if we have some. I think when I was printing, I forgot to print instead of data. I think I should have also printing this data. Yeah, that's what I should have done. And I think if I return, if I get it, okay, let's see. Yeah, this is now, as you can see again, for content test, for tags test. But now in this case, how we access the data, I should say title is equal to data dot get, and I should say title. And then if there is no title, then make it empty. Subtitle, subtitle. You can say data.get, and then we can subtitle, and then I just put something like that. And then again, category, and then data.get, and then category. Sometimes it's good to try before you go too much. Let's see what are we getting. A blog, or maybe you can put new blog, the new blog, and so it's going to be title, and then to title, yeah, and then subtitle, and then you should subtitle, and for category, we should say category, and then for, yeah, this could be good enough for the time being. Print a new, let's put new blog, and then let's try to new blog. Okay, how about if I just restart my server, and then again try get back, and then try test, and then also we have something in here, and then let's see what. Oh, as you can see, I'm getting actually a proper dictionary. I didn't touch this, but I can change it now, and then I can show you maybe web or something, and then let's try again. Category is none, so I think data.category, and then maybe we have to check the add for properly. As you can see, it didn't have name, so I have to say category, and then it's also good to give it category for accessibility purpose. And now let's try again. But I think now since I modified that, I have to refresh and test, and then machine learning test, then test, just to speed up this, and then this, and then, okay, let's see what we get. Title was empty, subtitle category, but I don't know, but it seems like it's working. So just let's move, let's about to complete here what's left, content, and then we can say okay, content is equal to data get, and then content, and then again empty. The use of empty is like if it's null, then it's going to be empty string. And then tags, data.get tags, and then it's going to be this. And then what's next? Cover image. It's called the data.get cover image, and then something like that. What is not? I think this is not important here. But still, what is something I don't see? Let's hover. It was not closed. Oh yeah, this one here. Yeah, and then tags, and then we should write the tags, and then cover image is equal to cover image. Yep. Now, since we have all the properties, title, subtitle, category, content, tags, and cover image. Well, I think that's are all the properties we have, right? Title, subtitle, category are created at the created at, because it will be actually created by itself. Let's try it, yeah, because it has the data has by default, it has a value. Yeah, that's what I am thinking. But if we have a problem, then we can add also the timestamp. Okay, then now let me try again from the UI. Oh, yeah, because it's just crashed, so we have to run this again. Yes, and then the first title, the the first subtitle, and then maybe machine learning, and then this is the test, and then this tags, and then test data PML. So we can have also some sample image for the time being. And now, okay, let's see. Oh, title. For some reason, we are getting title empty, subtitles also empty, categories okay, contents okay, tags is okay, cover image. So we have to again check title and subtitle. The problem, what's the problem? Title, subtitle. Then it may have some problem with the name, because as you can see, it doesn't have actually name. It should have name somewhere, name, and then it should be title, and this should be also name should be subtitle. That's now I think this is good enough. What we should do, injecting this to our database. How can we do that? Then we have to, most of you know, like in SQL, we say insert into, and then actually the blocks to the blocks, and then values, all the values. I think it's better if I just put something that I wrote in advance. How about if I just share with you this, because sometimes it just takes me forever to put this together. So this is the cursor dot execute, and then what we're, hey, insert block. By the way, I think at this time we didn't need to map this one, as you can see that. So title goes in here, subtitle goes in here, category, content, tags, file name. For the time being, now let's put the file name empty, or maybe we can say like, yeah, maybe cover image. We can say cover image. Okay. And then after that, it doesn't work unless if you say db.commit. And then after we inserted this value, actually we forward to the blocks. Let's see if it works, yeah? I hope we have everything. And then, yeah, it's working. And now add. This is all about a Flask app. Flask app. It's a web, and then let's build a Flask app together. Okay, and then I can say Python Flask and then MySQL or something. Yeah, and now maybe I can have this image. Yeah, and then yeah, we didn't have any problem. So, well, the data is also here. This is all about a Flask problem, a Flask app, and so we managed to actually add. So let's try to remove. I don't know why the remove is not there. Okay, where's the remove button? It should, yeah, because we can say remove or delete. Yes, the delete could also work, but it's not, the implementation is not very safe, I would say. Let's try. Yeah, it has code. So our edit and the delete also works. Yeah, what's left now? I think most of the functionality. So we have actually implemented the CRUD operation. Maybe I can just, the CRUD, and if you know, guys, what CRUD is, maybe I can explain here. CRUD means actually create, and we use post request for that. And then maybe I could say, and then we say read, and that's actually the gate accessing the resource and get request. And then there is update. For update, we use this put or patch request. And for a delete, we use a delete or delete request. These are HTTP request methods. So what we did actually, accessing the data like this is it's reading. Now we are reading here. So I'm reading it. Okay. It would be nice if we see the total number of blocks over here. And also this is also reading one. But for instance, if I go to the blocks and then if I do this, this is updating. By the way, update has a problem. So let's see the update. Even we didn't actually complete update. Yes, so let's debug. What's the problem? Template not found. Actually, there's no template. We didn't even touch that part. So we can just copy this part and then we have to create edit, now I think edit block.html, and then we put it here. And then of course, edit block. And then at the bottom, instead we can say update. So now, for instance, this should be also edit, but at this time, each should need an ID. ID is equal to blog.id. So we should access that ID here. Now let's see if it works again. When we say here, but let's, yeah, blog is undefined. Where exactly? As you can see, line 98. So we have to go and fix that. Line 98. Oh yeah, as I told you, we have a to-do here, something that we forgot to fix. Then what? As you can see, if request method is post, we have to do something. Yeah, first we have to get the data. So we have to use actually this again. We have to use this again. We have to use this again. Maybe something like that. And then we inject, I will bring also some query that will allow us to execute this because it's long to write for me and then it makes my video really long. So then again, I can call this one also file instead cover image for the time being. And then as you can see, we have all the data that comes from the edit form and then we execute. I think, yeah, then I think this could be good enough for that. Down. Yes. Okay, let's try again. Oh, this persists. It says that again. Where's the problem? Block ID. But where does the block? 107. 107. We have to. Yes, and then we also, I think, I forgot to pass the some data. What's that data? Because we have to fetch the data here because when we're about to edit, we have to edit the existing data. So what I should do, I think I have to take this part. This code will actually help us to work on that part. Then I have to give it here. No, this part actually, it should be outside the post block. Then I have to pass it here. Oh, I'm sorry, I think we're modifying the edit. So it should be here. Now we need to actually indent. Okay. Yeah, it should be in this, but it should be outside the post block because it's a gate. And then now we have to pass the block to block. Okay, and now I think this would be a great fix and it should start working. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, now this is the edit block, but it doesn't have data. So how do we inject the data? So let's go to the edit block, and here we should have value, and then we should say a something like this, and then something like this, and then we should say block dot title. And now this can be actually repeated many times, so I can copy and reuse over and then over again. Subtitle, and then for this one is also category over here. Category, category. I think category. I will come to this one later, but now for this one we can just inject it like this. Then we can just blog.content, and then for this one again the same, blog.tags. And for the image we can just leave the image, but let's see if it's running. And again we have categories undefined. Go away. Maybe let's see how, where exactly, where. Oh, this is not like that, because what does that really mean? I think there should be blog dot category. I don't know why I wrote that like that, and I should say here is supposed to be blog dot category. And now we should check again if it's running, and it seems, I think it's working. Let's try to run. Now as you can see we have the data that's supposed to be supposed to be modified, but here in the category section it needs some modification. So it needs a kind of an if condition to modify this, and this should be somehow this also should come in a different form, but I leave it for now. Maybe we will modify it another time. Okay, so how about if we just do some change? For instance, mastering Python for data analysis in 2025, and then just to see if there would be a change. And then here, yes, it's gonna be a great Flask App, Python data analysis, visualization, and exploration in exploration. Okay, add one thing, and now let's just do the update. Yep, it seems so. As you can see, this has been added. Surprisingly, we didn't have the subtitle in our application. So then if we want to display that subtitle also, we can display it there. Maybe we can actually make this as an div at the top, and then here H3 or 4, and maybe we can say blog and then subtitle, and then let's see if it has been modified. Let's see. As you can see, it has been modified, and then now we have the CRUD application, but still it needs more improvement. So let's just add some improvement. Well, as you can see, this home, sweet home, at the very beginning we added, and it was not removed, and it's still there. It's not important, and it makes our application a bit, yeah. Now it's just somehow better. As you can see, yeah, blogs, something like that. How about but if I go to the blogs here, still this needs a little bit of actually modification. So let's improve that. What we should do, maybe even I should add here placeholder. What was this tags? And then maybe we can say tags separated by comma. And then we can actually say placeholder. And then a placeholder, for instance, we can say Python, and then data, machine learning. Yeah, something like that. So that would be good. Yeah, something like this. And another thing is also handling the image. We didn't handle the image yet. So the image is actually handled differently. So we will see also that. But first we have to work on the blogs tags, this one. So I think it's better if we split the tags. So how can we do that? I think we can be here, and what I should do, split at yes, at space. And then now in this case, it would be good if we do a kind of a for loop. So for tag in this, of course, we have to close that and for. Then inside, we can maybe create a span, maybe. So tag. And then I can call this one class tags. And then let's see now, it will be a bit different. Oh, it has gone already. I don't see it. Where is it? So we have to do maybe more blog.tags. Maybe let's apply some CSS. Dot tags, display flex, I would say, and then flex wrap. So when it's a small size, it should shrink. Honestly, I don't see the tags. I don't know where they are. Let's apply some CSS again to the span. Span border 2 pixel solid, some kind of gray. Yeah, for the time being. Let's see. Oh, it's here, something like that. So I think our Python implementation may have some problem. Let's check for tag in blog, tags dot split here. It should work, but it didn't give anything. Yeah, maybe let's comment out this. And again, how was the tag looks like? Blog.tags. And let's see. Yeah, but what's the problem of splitting this? And then how about if we split? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's very good. That's what I was trying to also look through. But instead of doing that, then let's just get back then. For tag in blog.tags.split. Oh, this says stat. Tag. We want to say tag. So now, as you can see, we have created this. Now that's beautiful. So then let's add some margin right, maybe like 8 pixel, and padding to every direction, maybe 5 pixel, and then border radius would be like 8 pixel, and it looks somehow much better now. Yes, but still it's too much, okay? Then maybe 3 pixel and 8 pixel. So let's see. Now this is better, even still it's too big for some reason. Maybe I don't have to add this one 0 pixel for no, okay. And now even I don't like the border radius, maybe 3 would be enough. And this color would be also maybe something like that. But it's too lighter, and then maybe even darker would be okay somehow. Yeah. And then when someone's hovering, we can add some effect for that. Yeah, maybe we can say hover on hover. So maybe we can also add transition effect, transition, all maybe 0.3 second is in would be good. So what I would like to do, maybe the background would be changing. Background color could be some kind of, but we will change sometime later. So as you can see, it has some instead, how about we can make it actually this color, and color in white. So let's see. So now we added actually this so now the tags looks better. So next time when we click on the tags, it should actually sort the logs related to that tag. I will leave that implementation to the second part. Now let's work on the time and the cover image. Okay, so how can we access cover image actually? I think here, maybe we should have some folder. I can call it uploads because all the uploads image should be over here. And now let me just do some configuration at the top. We can say app.config, and then we can say upload folder, and then we can say, hey, go to static, and then uploads. You can call it any name. It could be image or uploads, but this name and this name should be the same. Also, it's good to access the operating system module, import operating system, because that's how we actually handle. So we have to go all the way to here, but this is a bit different. It should be somehow request. It should be, maybe we have to call it file. So file would be a very good name. File data dot, it's not even data, just the request dot files, and then dot get, then we have to say cover image. I think it's image like this. So we have to check again from here, cover image. That's good. And then we have to check something. Then what would be the file name going to be? Let's just as in empty. We can just make it empty. If file exists, and then we can get in. File name is going to be file.file name. And then path, then we can say path operating system.path. And then join, what we should do, app.config, and then upload folder. And then we have to give the file name here, file name. Okay, after that, we have to save the file.save path. So the file is actually has this save method, and then this will actually save the image inside here. What's next? Instead of cover image here, we have to pass actually file name. By doing so, we most probably we may actually insert an image with other data. Okay, let's try with that. Of course, first we have to be sure that it's running. Yeah, it's working. So let's see. We have to add a new data. It is taste, and then taste, and then taste, and then again taste, taste. Okay, and now I have to upload over here. And then how about if I just, let's see. It says, but let's see if we have actually an image. So how do we access the image? We have to go to the blogs. Maybe we have to have a cover image after the title over here, div, and then maybe image. But the image should be, but did we actually? No, as you can see, there's nothing actually. There's nothing. We didn't catch the file. The file is not here for some reason. So we have to check what's wrong with that. Maybe I have to check my configuration at the top. App.config, upload folder to that might not be important. And let's try it again and test. And then this is maybe so test. And then again, let's try with this. Expected an expression code end of print. And then even we have now a problem somewhere. Yeah, because there are some steps that I didn't finish. The blocks. Yeah, I didn't finish, so I have to finish this. But before that, I have to check if I have an image. No, I don't have an image. By the way, it's better to remove this first because and then it should work properly. Let's continue debugging app.config the load folder static uploads. Yeah, where is that? It's there. We don't have an image and request.files. Get cover image. That's okay. And operating system.parse join app.config. And then the file name. Yeah, I think this is just, I don't see the problem. Our code doesn't have any problem, but the problem is actually related to the form. So most of the time when we're handling actually static data like video, image, and files, we need this ink type multi-part form data. After this, it will handle actually also both text and file. This is what we missed. After this, it should really work. Let's see, let's try. Because we've been trying, testing, so we have generated too much unnecessary data, so we can remove this and then remove this, remove this. Maybe we can leave that one, okay? Then let's say test again, test machine learning test, and then test, and then maybe choose this thumbnail, and let's try now. I think it will, most probably now we should have the image over here, but it seems we don't have again the image for some reason. Where could it be the problem then? Ink type, multi part form data. Now I was trying to print out also, still it's actually none. Okay, I should maybe refresh the form, or maybe even I have to restart my server. Okay, because it seems unusual. Test, test, test. Yeah, something like that. And how about if we try it again and see what's happening? And of course, we can also see how our data looks like in the database. Refresh, and then we can see if something is added in the cover image. As you can see, the cover image is actually empty. So we are not passing that. I think we have to try to debug again why this is like that. Did we even change it to, let's see, input type file, name, cover image. So this is like that. Uh, hmm. Oh, this is not underscore. It's something like that. The name here, the name over here. Yes, that is another problem that, okay, now it should definitely work. Also, that's actually something that you should be familiar with. See, you may get stuck once in a while, and then you should find a way to get unstuck. Okay, test, and then let's again try this and add. Okay, and now we can refresh this database. and then let's see if it has. Now, as you can see, MySQL.png has been actually uploaded. So that means we can access it. How? And then it should be up. The data is, oh, the image is also here. That's good. Then what we can do, we can actually display the image over here, where I think I was about to here. First, I have to say static, and then uploads, and then this blog dot cover image. This should, and then I can say this one now. Then we can say blog dot title and blog cover image. Then we can say cover image. So this is for search engine optimization and for accessibility purpose. When blind people access this, and then the screen reader tells them that this is a cover image for this title. Yeah, let's see how it looks like now. Okay, so some of unexpected, as you can see, some because most of them do not have that. So I'm expecting actually this. Then what I should do, maybe how about if we use a kind of conditionals? So we can use conditionals if blog dot cover image, then we can render this, and then we have to actually end if. Again, I have to figure out where line 16. Where's line 16? The problem starts at line 51 actually. That's not actually a problem. Not that looks. Unexpected dot. Where is it exactly? Oh yeah, this one. Yes, yes, I found it here. This shouldn't be like this, and this shouldn't be. All this is not necessary. Yeah, let's try now. Yeah, now it looks like, yeah, as you can see, this is really a big image. So we have to make the image, maybe you have to give it a name, a class name, a cover image, and then we can actually access that. And let's say cover image, and then image, at least width should be maximum width, like the maximum width should be 100%. Then it will be under, yeah, at least it should be inside here, inside. Yeah, that's good. Now we can modify also others, but we didn't add for the update. It's the same for the update. So we have to go to the update section again. We have to take this part of the code, and then we have to put it in the update. Where? So here. So that means we don't need this cover image. And then instead of cover image, this should be file name. And then we have to, I think no need to also print over here, and no need to print over here. And then I should go to the edit form, and then again I have to add this ink type multi-part form data. That means it supports both file and text together. Okay, what's left? Is there something that we fix here? Not actually. Then, for instance, if I want master data analysis, so let's see if I have better image somewhere. Maybe I can go to desktop, and then some data, and then maybe I can go for is there something related to, I can just put this one random term, then let's update if it works. Now, as you can see, we managed to master Python for data analysis. It sounds the same, and then I just want to remove that. Data engineering with Python, and then let me just go and then update this one also with something. Yeah, this is related to JavaScript, but let's just put something over there. And now, as you can see, it has been there. How about machine learning with Python? And again, let's edit this one also. And I can change that with this that's related to actually Git and GitHub, something which is not related, but we need now just a cover image. And how about for this? I think there's some image, this image, I can make use of that. And again, update what is left. And again, functional programming. Why not? And how about if we go and object-oriented programming? And then all the way down, it seems like plenty of things to update. So as you can see, now it's working properly. Last but not least, now we should format this time. So how do we format this time? There's time format, this str format, and then I will just show you string time format, string time strp format. I think it will take me to somewhere, and okay. Kickstart f time string, which was st format, date time in Python. Okay, it will take me to the documentation how to format that. Actually, something that I have implemented str f time. Yeah, str string f time. Actually, it just took me again to the, yeah, I can access over here. Maybe there might be some, yes. As you can see, there is a way to format. So this %a is abbreviated to weekdays, and then %capital is longest form instead of short. And then, but I'm interested in this, for instance, %y or this year. So let's see how it looks like by changing it to that. Yeah, then I go to the blocks, and then I want to change this .strf time, and then just %y. How does it looks like in the, okay, let's see. Now, as you can see, I just got this. That's nice. And now let's see, maybe full. I like this %b. So %b is actually longest form b, and then this should give me, for instance, we're in March. I should see March. What? Of course, that's based on the this data. So, but if I create for the data for the block that's created today, it should be March. Okay. And now the date. How does the date looks like? We want zero padded or without. As you can see, for instance, I want without a zero padded. So %d. Let's see, %d, and let's see. Sometimes you may also experiment. Yeah, 26 March 2025. If you want the exact time, then you can also add some of the properties, age, and for instance, this is actually 0 padded 24 format, 24-hour format. I is, for instance, I can go for I, %i, %i, and then the minutes, and the minutes will be 0 padded decimal, so %m. %m. And now then I should also include the, yeah, so then at what time? Then is it AM or PM? %p. Then we can add %p. Then this should give us actually a timestamp published on. Maybe we can say published on there. We can say maybe strong Now, it's not really important. Published on some kind of, yeah, published on this. Yeah, I think this is good enough for now. In the next part, what would be actually added authentication and authorization. So as you can see, anyone can delete or edit this, but it should be deleted or edited by the creator of this block. So it needs to have authorization and authentication. That means registration and login or sign up and sign in feature. And in addition, it needs styling. For instance, the detail page doesn't have much feature yet, but I can just take now, for instance, just at least this part, because this is a kind of a mandatory for, so I just want to put it there. And then also the, at least, I think I didn't finish this, and then it should be something like that. And then also the tags should be there. Actually, not only the tags, everything this, including this part, should go there in the blog. As you can see, this should be modified, and now at least we can have better. But for some reason this doesn't have. Maybe I think it needs one step here. Let's check now. Yeah, so as you can see now, it's we have this, but still it needs quite lots of work. In the next feature, in the next part, I will add actually more features, and we will make it a full-fledged application. And we should also deploy it somewhere on Renderer or Heroku or Vercel. Thank you for watching. Then I will see you next time.